Any more water? What's the bets? No, just oil. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video on the T5. The van that keeps giving, and we have found some more issues. No, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the service today. Today, we're going to give this a good service. So we have oils. Again, I'll explain in a minute. Oil filters. Same again. Got our fuel filter, air filter, and cabin filter. So we should be all filtered out. Right, the reason for the multiple oils is that. Basically, if you haven't seen our previous videos, that is the water pump. Now that was allowing water to get into the engine oil. So ultimately we've changed the water pump, but there's still moisture in the oil. And this is one of the reasons, which I haven't explained yet, I haven't warmed this van up before we do it. Normally we would warm the van up, getting the hot oil nice and hot, excuse me, before we drained it, but I'll explain in a minute. So basically, we can do a normal service using the cheaper oil, which in the end only ended up being a couple of quid cheaper than the Castrol Edge. That was on special on, where was that? That was at Halfords actually. That was on special, and it was hardly any different to that, which is GSF's own, I think, Drive Tech. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a service with this, with that filter, and then run it for a while, get the oil picking up every day. I don't know if I don't know, it's not MOT'd. I don't know if I MOT it running for, I don't know, 500 miles, might be 100 miles, might be 10 miles, I don't know. I haven't worked that out yet. So we're going to do that with this sort of cheaper oil, and then we're going to do another oil change and use the second filter and the Castrol. So yeah, should be good. Did I say we've got a fuel filter? I think I did. Anyway, moving over to the van. There's a couple of things we're going to do extra that we probably wouldn't normally do on a normal service. Again, because of the moisture we've had in the oil. So we are going to take the filler pipe out and clean it up. Can you see how mucky it is in there? That's from the moisture in the oil. We're going to take the crankcase, I don't know what it's called, is it a PCV valve? We're going to take that apart, well not apart, we're going to take it out, give it a clean, and probably the pipes back to the inlet. Sorry, I'm not showing you very well there. Probably that pipe there that runs from there to the inlet. Again, because of moisture, because it's got to go somewhere. When this was running and got hot, when you opened the filler, the oil filler, you'd get some steam coming out. I mean, there was a bit of water in it. And that's another reason why I haven't made this warm, because obviously oil floats on water, so any moisture that has condensed should be at the bottom of the oil, should be by the oil drain plug. So that's why I didn't want it churned up. So the next oil change we will do hot. Obviously, there's no point me videoing that, but that is the reasoning behind me doing this cold. Whether it's right or wrong, I do not know. But in my head, I don't want the water chucked around the engine where it potentially should have sunk in the oil. We'll see. So anyway, so yes, what am I pointing at? Air filter's in behind this lot. Obviously the oil goes in the oil fill. Oh God. The fuel filter on this one, this is an AXE, can you see it down there, the silver thing? I'm hoping you can. I'm sorry if I'm rattling you, but that's the fuel filter. So we'll probably take the water reservoir off to get to that, and the oil filter is well hidden. It's down in that gap down there. I don't even know if you can see it on that camera, but ultimately I think you can fiddle it out if you got little hands and stuff like that. But for ease and hopefully be able to film it, I'm probably going to take the power steering reservoir off and maybe that boost pipe, just so we can get to it, just to make it easier. Actually we've got the liner out in here, so if I point up in there, that's the head of the oil filter there. So yes, I forgot we had the liner out. Point you at a wheel. And we have already taken the under tray off. So yeah, I'm not going to put it on just for video, but there's, I don't know how many there's, 6 I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts, and there's a little clip in the bottom at the back. It's about there. It's quite hard to do that through the camera and not looking what you're doing. Anyway, waffle on enough. Before we start, don't attempt to do this unless you have a 36mm socket, because you won't get the cap off of the oil filter. Anyway, what we're going to start with. Draining the oil, I guess. I've been yapping on for 6 minutes, so I do apologise. Let's get this done. Right, so we're under the van. That's the drain plug. Make sure you've got enough containers to take the, I think it's 7 point something litres of oil. This shouldn't be tight because it says I have undone it before. Let's see if we do get any moisture. I do apologise if my hand's in the way. I have drained a hell of a lot out of this already, so because it was over full. Again, you see that in my previous videos if you follow me. I'm trying to get the copper washer and to stay on the nut because I'll lose it else, but I think that's going to be a fishing out of the bowl. Right, let's see if we got any more moisture then. Trying to get out of your way. What do you reckon? Any more waters? What's the bets? No. Just oil. That's good. Right, we'll leave that drain. Right, I think we'll leave that dribbling and get on with something else, don't you? So next up, we'll see if we can get room to get to this oil filter. I'm going to start off by seeing if I can pop that clip out. I've actually done these before. Does that come all the way out or not? Don't know. There she blows. That's that one. And there must be one down below. We'll move that out of the way first so we can see it, hopefully. So, 10mm there. What are you stuck on? Don't know. Oh, there's a little peg. Alright, has that given us any vision? Don't know. Alright, let me see what our next move is. So we've just bungeed that out the way, and that's the boost pipe. I've just twisted that and pushed it back, and there we can see our oil filter housing. So I've got to get a socket on there. It's quite deep, look. It goes up to my elbow to get to it. So yeah, let's find a place for you. So I've moved the bowl below and I've put some pig mats out because the chassis is in a right state of oil, so it looks like it makes a right mess. Let's get that socket on there. So I've got a nice long extension and a knuckle, and let's, oh, that shouldn't be that tight. Oh, blimey. Wouldn't expect it to be that tight. Sorry for the rattling. Oh, glad to see there is a filter in there. It's going to make a mess. Well, yep. Sorry for the rattle. That doesn't look particularly good, does it? And it doesn't look particularly the same as that. Let's check there's not some bits left in there. Could be. So we're going in. Right, now that filter has got something, or the filter housing has got a peg in the middle of it. Now is that supposed to come out? I don't know. Sorry for dragging you like that. That took some getting out. I had to use my flipping vacuum brake bleed to get the oil out of it. I reckon that's that bit stuck in there. And I reckon when that comes out with the filter, sorry, let's put it that way. I'm wondering if that allows the filter to drain, the filter body to drain, because there's lots of oil in there. I'm going to have to get a pair of pliers on there and see if I can pull it out. Alright, I spent about half an hour trying to get that thing out. So I've made the decision that it's going to stay in for now anyway, because I've got to do this all again at some point. I don't know if you can see in there, but that bit that's spinning actually pops out. If I get a pair of nose pliers in there, I'll be able to pop it out. That goes on there, obviously not yet. And then here, oh sorry, gotta get the O-ring. We're going to whip that O-ring out and put a new one in. Let's go for it. When you look at the old filter, that's probably what's been done before. Click! Next thing we're going to look at is this crankcase vent, which should just pop out. Oh, oh, there's water in there. You seeing that? Oh, right, we'll give that a clean and... Oh, that pipe's bunged up. Right, let me get that pipe off. Where's it come off from? Down there. Pretty gooey. Yeah, we'll give that a good clean. That is full of muck as well. Hang on, let's show you, because I know you won't believe me. You're going to go upside down. There, it's all full of muck. You can see it's pretty mucky in there. So we'll just give them a wash out. We're all nice and clean now, and I can't remember which way this goes. Must be that way. Probably like that. And then the valve goes in like so. And then plops on the top of the cam cover. Right, that's that. So the oil filler spout is held on by, or with, 3 T30 screws. There we go. And now we can see how manky it actually is in there, but it's mostly at the top. So obviously that's where the hot watery steam would go as upwards. So we'll give that a clean out too. That's better. Let's throw it back on. Air filter next. Right, let's take the plug off there. You just got to squeeze the back, give it a wiggle, and that will come off. And then this clamp there. Whoop, twang. And that should come off. Oh. And then there's a clip at the front or the back. Oh, that's fallen off. So we can get that one back in, and then this cover should come off like so. What's this filter like? Well, not brilliant. Seen a lot worse, but very dusty. I'm going to vacuum that out. Bear with. And then you put in a new one. Done. So next we're going to do the fuel filter, which is hidden behind here. I'm going to take the coolant bottle off, so I don't want to take it out because I've already put a nice new coolant in it. So we'll just undo these, got the screws holding it, and hopefully we can flip it out the way with a bit of luck. What do you reckon? Not too bad, is it? Probably we will. Can you see? Yeah. Right, I'll move you somewhere. Hopefully you'll be able to see a bit better. Right, I hope that's you can see a bit better now. Now, I've checked that the symbols are the same on the top. We've got RT is facing the back of the van, nearest the bulkhead. So I was wondering if I could take this off to one side and swap them, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. It's got like a massive radiator hose clip on it, so we'll see. So let's try and undo it. If we keep this in the same orientation, it's quite obvious where these go. Normally you can press these down. Yeah. They are a bit fiddly sometimes. I do have a tool to help me. So press them down, give them a squeeze, and up they come normally. Except they don't. There. Where's that one? Don't know. And that one's on this side. Where's that clip? I cannot see where the clip is on that one. That's the return line, I think. Is it there? Yeah. It's on this side, it's hard to see. There we go. That's all of them off. You remember where they go? Pretty much like that, wasn't it? Yeah. Let's get this clip off. Now I've got my this little tool. I don't know how you'll be able to see it, but it is for doing radiator clamps. I'm hoping it'll do this. It seems a rather large one, this does. Let's try, shall we? Well, let's select it off. Remember, RT towards the back of the van. Oh, that's just on a clamp. Righty ho. RT towards the back, and that is being a pain. So there it is, tucked down there, and when we start it up again we'll have to remember to cycle the ignition a few times to get the fuel pump to fill that. Okay, what's next? And drain plug in. Click! And now let's put some oil in it. Now this engine takes 7.4 litres. So I've got 2 5 litres container. I've marked up the second one for 2.4 litres. I'm not going to Bluetooth it in or Bluetooth funnel because I'm rubbish like that. So yeah. Looks pretty close to me. Yep, and that's pretty good. We'll check that a little bit later though as well. And then last but not least, we got the filter to do, the cabin filter, which is inside, and there's got to take this panel off, and there's 3 T20 screws, and I can't remember what's behind it because I've never done it before, so I don't actually know. So up underneath there now, see there's some little bolts, there's 2, and I think they're I think they're 5.5mm, which I don't have, but I do have a 732, which I think will do the job. So let's see. Just got to set the torch up. Oh, let's buzz them off. Might as well use a tool if we got a tool. That's a mess. Right, so this is sided. Normally it says on it airflow, but that one doesn't. So let's try. Oh, well, there's a lot of debris in there. Well, pretty sure the airflow's that way. Yeah, that's a bit of a mess, isn't it? Ew. Got some vacuuming to do in here now. Sign on there saying airflow that way. So which way was it? I can't remember now. That way. That way. bit fiddly. Lovely, all done. Apart from cleaning up the mess, obviously. So now we've got to cycle the ignition a few times. Try and get some fuel into it. Sounds about right. Should we go for it? Fire and hold. Struggling for fuel. Cycle it some more. Try again. Let's pump some more in. It didn't like that, did it? There we go. We'll let it warm up a bit and then we'll check the oil again. There you go. Good little jobbed. I've never serviced a T5 before, so I don't see why anybody else couldn't do it really. Just get the 36mm socket. I tell you what though, that tool, I'm looking round, this thing for getting radiator hose clips off, that's good. Yeah, I think I got one of them on my Amazon store. US Pro Tool. I'll have a look. If it's on my Amazon store, I get a little bit of commission if you buy it through the store. I've also got this light on there, which everybody's always asking about. So yeah, have a look on the Amazon store. Anyway, waffling on. I haven't put the under tray on yet because there's a couple of other things I've got to look at. And obviously I've got to dispose of the oil down our recycling centre. That's it, I've got nothing else to say. I mean, like we said, we've done some extra little things cleaning up because of the amount of moisture that had got into the crankcase and into the oil. Hopefully you won't have that issue. So, oh yes, I've crossed it off already. Yes, we've crossed off service. I did that in a previous edit and then mucked it up, so I do apologise. You didn't see me go, it was quite satisfying. Do apologise. Anyway, that's it. I'm waffling on. Thank you so much for watching. Look us up on Instagram, Larcs_workshop. I'm not going to redo this. I've done this about 5 times already. And I hope to see you next time, probably on another job on the T5. Cheers then. Excuse me. Oh, this shouldn't be this difficult, should it? Alright, let's try a different tact. Ah! Are you okay? You're right, you just turned yourself off. Oh, stop flashing, you stupid light. That's horrible, isn't it? Okay, well that's all. What size is it? 36? I can't find out. I'm going to have to start again.